Welcome to the Football Fignuts podcast. If you've been listening for a while, this is season 7, episode 10, episode 285 overall. I am Sinch.
I am Craig. And Sinch.
And here we are.
Thank you for joining me this week. And a big thanks to Britt for covering last week for I usually eat the same kind of things all the time. But for some reason, whatever happened last week, my intestinal tract said, haha, no. So
wow, that sucks.
yeah, it does. So thanks Britt for covering. He did a good job. He said he was tired and stressed out, but I think he did. I think he did a good job. I think good job. So how have you been, sir?
Oh, things are just great.
Good.
Just wonderful. I had a great week last week. I won every DraftKings lineup I put out there.
Wow,
I won money on the football, on the sports betting. I won money.
Wow,
so
look at this guy.
And I went undefeated in all of my fantasy leagues.
Yeah, because you played me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Play me? He was like, yeah.
I did.
You did. Sure.
I wish I could say I'm sorry. But, week one was like the opposite. So
yeah, I'm 0-2. Mostly thanks to Sean, because he pretty much drafted half of the people that I was going to draft. So there's that, but that's okay. But you know what? We should start where we always start, because you told me you were thirsty. What are you drinking?
I am drinking. I have this evening it's complicated being a wizard.
Ooh, very nice. That is good.
And it's good.
Have you had it before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, good.
It is a good, strong. I have no idea what brewery it's from. It's a double IPA. It's from a brewery where they make lots of beer. I have no idea. If you're interested, look it up. It is a very good beer.
But it's an IPA, right?
Double IPA.
Double IPA.
That means it's twice as good.
Is it I haven't had it in a while. Is it dry or is it kind of juicy?
Probably leans towards being dry.
Oh, okay.
But it's not the kind of beer you drink and as soon as you swallow it, it's like, God, I need something. It's not like that.
Yeah, it's the it's Burlington Beer Company. That's who makes it.
Is that Vermont or Connecticut?
I think it's Vermont.
Or is it from the Coat Factory?
Do they have those anywhere other than Connecticut?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But, I mean, when they would advertise, they would say everything except shoes, I think. Is that what it was? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Everything except something.
It's Burlington, Vermont, and they are open until 9 p.m., in case you were wondering right now.
I'll never make it there in time.
No, you'd have to go tomorrow when they open at 12.
I could make it by 12.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think so. Tonight, I started drinking before we started recording. So I have an almost finished bottle of Rosemary's Baby, because it is pumpkin season. But if I remember, I do have another beer in my little cooler next to me, so if I remember to get that, I'll open that up.
Okay, a mid-podcast beer change.
Yeah, you might have to do it. Might have to, especially since my fantasy teams are so terrible, and my betting last week was terrible. I missed several parlays by a mere yards. Like 10 yards, 15 yards.
Wow.
Not fun. Although I was with Britt last week, and I'll let him tell the story, but next week when he's back. But he threw together he got a free bet from DraftKings. He threw together what looked like an impossible bet, and he got it. So, but I'll let him.
Good job by him.
I'll let him tell that story. So yeah, we could just get right into it. Do you have any burning hot takes this week?
Usually I've got to search the top of my brain and try and come up with something. This week I got a million of them.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna rattle them off. I'll we'll go back and forth. But so here's the first question, Mr. Bengal.
Yeah.
And it's not Bengal. Drives me nuts when I hear all these announcers and sportscasters saying the Cincinnati Bengals. It's not Bengals. So anyway, So here's my question.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Let me tell you, as a excuse me, hold on a second. I got the mute.
It's all right. I'm here. You go ahead.
There we go. Okay, sorry, I had to get ready for that. As a almost lifelong Bengal fan, I've lived through very tumultuous. That's a good word to use. Times being a Bengals fan, it's been rough, especially that big stretch in the mid 90s. The Carson Palmer injury in the playoffs, that if they won that game, they would have won the Super Bowl that year. Mike Brown will, whether he tries or not, will find a way to screw that team up. And let me just tell you what I think happened. So we all know Burrow got hurt in July. Calf strain, not good. But, it's not like he needed surgery. But, it's not good to have that type of injury being a quarterback because you have to, plant your leg. He got hurt in July. He missed practice, missed preseason. And everyone's talking about, who's going to get, quarterbacks getting giant deals. And he didn't have a deal yet then. And they announced the deal, I think it was the week before the season started. He got this giant contract, which is fine. You think they're doing good. But the problem is, I think he started week 1 and week 2 because of the timing of when he signed his contract. There was absolutely no way on earth that he should have played in week 1 or week 2. And even when they interviewed Jamar Chase after a practice or a preseason game, they asked him if he was worried. And he said no. He'll be back when he's ready, but if he misses 1 or 2 weeks, it's not a big deal. And there you have it. So now, since he played, he re-aggravated his calf injury. He is week to week. So that means he's probably not going to play this week. And he's probably not going to play next week. So I think this is what the Bengals should do. The Bengals should not play Joe Burrow until after their bye week, which is week 7. Because after week 7, they play the 49ers and I think the Bills. I don't have their schedule in front of me.
Wow, they play both of them? That's a tough week.
Pretty much. Hold on, let me look at their schedule really quick.
I have it right here.
Okay.
Week 3, they are at the Cardinals. Week 4, they host the Seahawks.
Okay.
Week 5, 49ers, then Bills in 6.
So that's if they manage to go 2-2 and then go into a bye week, that would be okay with me. And then he comes back for week 8 at San Francisco. So they're playing the Rams. They play the Rams Monday. Could they win? Probably. They're playing the Titans. Could they win?
No, they already played the Rams. No,
they didn't. They're playing Monday, Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
The schedule I'm looking at just skipped the first 2 weeks.
Oh, well, there you go.
So they host the Rams, then they're at the Titans. Okay.
Yep. So Rams at Titans at Carolina, then host Seahawks, then bye week. So they could definitely beat the Cardinals. If they could win one of those other 2 games and then go into the bye week, and then Burrow comes back week 8, because after that, their schedule is not fun. Because it's at San Francisco, host Buffalo, and then Texans. Yay!
I hear you, but they would be 1-4.
No. I said they have to go. They would be 2-4.
Oh,
I'm saying they have to win 2.
Beat the Rams.
Yeah. Let's say they beat the Rams and the Cardinals.
The Rams are better right now.
All right, they beat the Titans and the Cardinals.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you're saying they're 2-2 going into
the bye week.
The Seahawks. See, it doesn't even list a bye week here.
No. Oh, see. Okay.
Oh, so it's after the Seahawks.
Yes.
So they've got 4 more games. So you're saying what? Yeah. 2-4, 3-3?
I'm saying they have the next 4 games. They have to win at least 2 of them.
Okay.
And I think 2-4
going into the bye.
Yes. Then they come back and they let Burrow not play for those 5 weeks. He comes back at San Francisco, and then they can continue on their way.
Boy, I tell you, that's I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's really you're it's not going to be easy.
Oh, I didn't say it'd be easy. A lot of it hinges on their defense, which, it's they've had
It
their.
hasn't been what it was last year and the year before so far.
It's not, and I think that partly has to do with the offense. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird, and it kind of shows that Burrow was like the head guy there, and with him not being there, I don't know, they feel kind of lost, even like on the defensive side of the ball. So, or not being himself rather, because you can tell from him playing like he wasn't. And I know he missed preseason, but he wasn't throwing the way like he usually does, and clearly it was because of his calf because he can't plant his leg. So yeah.
And just to illustrate your point further,
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is widely considered one of the bottom 5 quarterbacks in the league.
Yes.
Through 2 weeks, he has 310 passing yards. Joe Burrow has 304.
Scary, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, it's something. So, I mean,
yeah.
Well, look, if Burrow's not healthy, there's no point in sending him out there because he's just going to continue to re-injure it, and it's going to wipe away the entire season.
Yes.
So
that's
you've got to sit him, even if it means sitting him for the next 6 weeks and they go 0-6. You got to sit him because he's good enough that you could come back and go 11-6 and be in the playoffs. It's not likely to win 11 in a row, but
it could theoretically happen.
It could, and your team is good enough, the Bengals are good enough, Burrow's good enough that it could happen. There are teams that just cannot happen.
Yeah.
So do you have a question for me?
So my question for you is, do you feel, at least this particular season, and if I know I don't think we say this every season, but do you feel like there's more knee injuries this season, especially on not real grass? Because I feel like more and more people are tearing their knee sooner and sooner.
I think that's just going to happen. You're going to have, if you count all offensive and defensive players, you're going to have probably 6 or 7 every year. And, we're through 2 weeks. I mean, that injury, the Chubb injury, just, that was among the more gruesome ones I've seen.
Yeah.
And it's one of those injuries you see it once and you say, I don't need to see that again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't want to.
He might need several surgeries. I don't even know if he's going to be able to play again.
I think he definitely needs. Yeah. Well, he'll never be the Nick Chubb that you saw before. He'll never be that guy again, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's terrible. That brings up the question, why aren't running backs getting paid more? And on the side of the owners, I would say, because look, he just tore his knee up. He's done. Why am I going to pay him 4 years at, $25 million a season when something like that could happen? And then I'm on the hook for,
whatever guaranteed money,
55 million guaranteed, whatever it might be. So, I mean, that's the yin and the yang of the why aren't running backs paid more?
Yeah. No, you're right. And I don't think they're really going to get much further than they have this past season with contracts. I think they're going to just keep going with their rookie contracts, 4 years, 3 years.
First round is a 5th-year option. Okay. And then after that is 3 years with a 4-year option.
Okay.
And then I think it drops down later on in the draft.
Okay. But yeah, I don't think it's going to change much from that. As much as running backs want to, as much as the source would like it to change, I don't think it's going to.
Well, a wise man once said, never give a running back a second contract unless it's a team-friendly one. Now, look, you could look at McCaffrey and you could say, this guy is out there balling. He's making his money. He's earning his contract. And I say, yeah, but we're 2 weeks in. Week 3 is going to come. Week 4 is going to come. and I don't want to jinx him because he's on a few of my teams. It's just a matter of time. I do not believe he will play in 15 games. So
yeah, I remember I had him when he was a rookie, and then he got hurt, and then it was kind of up and down after that. So
he's good. He's the best running back there is, but they don't last. It's that grinding and tough of a position.
Yeah, especially if you look at like if you go down the list of not receivers of running backs that are hurt. So just to randomly name some here: Miles Sanders injured. Let's see, scroll down. Nick Chubb that we just mentioned. David Montgomery injured. Aaron Jones injured.
Cam Akers not very good.
Yeah. Wow. Isaiah Pacheco injured. Austin Eckler injured. Let's see. I'll go further here. Jamal Williams injured. Saquon Barkley injured. Breece Hall injured. Let's see. Anybody else here really quick?
All of them. All of them are injured.
Chase Edmonds injured. Derrick Henry injured. Brian Robinson, injured.
There is a Brian Johnson in this world who is injured.
That's very likely. That is very likely. All right, you have anything else?
I do.
Okay.
Just a statement, not really a question.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
This past week, Geno Smith had his 5th game
taking receipts
since the start of the 2022 season.
Okay.
He had his 5th game with over 300 passing yards and a 70% completion rate. This tied him with Patrick Mahomes doing this 5 times since the beginning of the 2022 season. No other QBs have done it.
Wow.
I'm just saying, he's on a couple of teams of mine.
Yeah, he's coming. He's come a long way from getting his jaw broken in the Jets locker room. Just saying, it's come a very long way. Good for him.
I got another real quick question for you.
No, go ahead.
All right. So what's Fields' excuse? He's throwing like 60% of his balls are uncatchable, terrible, off target to the wrong team. All right. All of these fantasy gurus ranking him as the 5th best quarterback, and what's the excuse? What are we gonna say?
I still say it's because they wanted him to be like Lamar and Jalen Hurts, and he's not that kind of quarterback. And I felt like they were like coaching him out of a job. So now, because if you watch him play too, like it's clear that he gets really nervous. So if his first option isn't there, he doesn't really check down. He just thinks he has to run, and it's not working. I saw the thing where he wants to like play his way now, so we'll see if that makes a difference. But I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be a bear long.
So he's not going to be a long bear.
No, I don't think so. He's not going to be. He's not going to be Jim McMahon. Just saying.
I'm looking for that story right now so I could get a quote from it.
Okay.
Because it really was ridiculous. And I'm looking for it now and realizing that on my drive home, you guys had like, I think it was like 45 text messages.
Probably. I think the source was speaking his wisdom about money lines, and I think that's where that was from.
All right, so I have the story right here.
Okay.
This is from NBC Universal Sports Chicago.
Okay.
In the story, so I'm quoting Justin Fields now. He says, "I wasn't necessarily playing my game. Felt like I was kind of robotic and not playing like myself. My goal this week is just to say F it and go out. My goal this week is just to say fuck it and go out there and play football how I know to play football. That includes thinking less and just going out there and playing off of instincts rather than so much, say, info in my head, data in my head. Just literally going out there and playing football. Going back to, it's a game and that's it. That's when I play my best, when I'm just out there playing free and being myself. So I'm going to say, kind of bump all the what I should do, this and that, like pocket stuff. I'm going to go out there and be me. I just
good for him.
my response to that, in 10 years, he's going to look at that quote and just shake his head and say, man, I was stupid. Because you can't just go out there and say, I'm fine. I'll be all right.
I think maybe he's going to try to play like Brett Favre did and just wing it, maybe. I don't know.
The way I interpret that statement is him saying, if this guy is covered, dump it off here. And all of the rules that you have to have, if they're in this coverage, you throw it to this guy. I think he's saying, I'm going to get back there. I'm going to look at this one guy. And if that one guy isn't open, I'm just going to run. And I'm going to scramble. And something will come open and I'll throw it. And you just can't do that in the NFL.
I mean, it depends on the quarterback.
Have a plan.
Yeah. Not a lot of quarterbacks can do that. I mean, some can, but not many. I
don't think you could go into the game with that as your game plan. I think that could be your, when everybody's covered, everything's gone to hell, and the offensive line broke down, then you could scramble and see what'll happen. I don't think you could go into the game saying, I'll figure it out. It'll be all right.
It'll be all right. It'll just work itself out.
Like Bryce Young of the Panthers.
Exactly.
He looks like he's never going to figure it out. He looks like a tiny little man trying to play football. He looks like a guy that when he would scramble out of the pocket in college, he'd run away from everybody. And every time he scrambles out of the pocket now, he's getting tackled by some defensive lineman. So it don't look good for him through 2 games.
No, it doesn't. It didn't look good for him last year either. So yeah.
You know who looked good? C.J. Stroud.
Until he got
Texans?
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine though. He didn't get
I thought he got a concussion.
Injured
no,
calf.
that was Richardson.
You're on the wrong rookie. Richardson looks good too, but Richardson
needs to learn to slide.
It's 2 games. He's a big guy, and he goes after them, Josh Allen a little too much for my liking. Just because you can do that, you don't run into these guys every single time.
Yeah, no, it should be like if they're between you and like the goal line, sure, but
or that big first down that you need. But he doesn't look overwhelmed like he can't do it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
C.J. Stroud has impressed me. He's something like 4th or 5th in passing yards, and he has 0 interceptions. So I like it.
Good. Now that you just jinxed this season.
No, I don't do that. I am not the jinx.
Let me get Matt Ryan on the phone. Let's see.
Well, that wasn't me. Personally, I had nothing to do with that.
That was you. All right.
Hey, Atlanta. You know what? We'll spot you 25. All right, come on, let's play.
All right. You know what time it is now, though, to play?
It is time for
America's favorite game. This week, Sinch gets to play. Alrighty. So, really quick rundown of America's favorite game. There are games that are 15 over, and there are games that are 40 and under. Usually, for DFS purposes, you want to pick people who go with the games over 50 and avoid people with games under 40. So Sinch gets to pick. Since has 3 strikes for each over and under. The strikes carry over if he gets them right. So this week, let me just double check here how many we have. Let me see here. All right, that's one.
Now I am looking at the schedule.
Yes.
Without any point spreads or anything, because I didn't want to cheat.
Exactly.
And just looking at this schedule,
yep.
I can't imagine there's many over 50 games.
There are. That I'm using, and just so everyone knows, I'm using DraftKings Kings's line. Yes. So there is one game over 50. That's 50
just
or over.
One game.
Just one game between Thursday and Monday. There's just one game. That's
Hey, real quick.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the 2 Monday Night Football games?
It's annoying because it's really hard to watch both of them at once. But if they're terrible like they were last week, it's even more annoying.
It's twice as bad. 2 bad games.
Yes.
I hate it. I mean, I wanna focus on that one game.
Yeah.
And with the 2, it's like I'm watching one on my TV and one on my phone, and the one on my phone, it's really tiny, and
Yeah.
my eyes aren't getting any younger. And it's like I see it, but you really don't see everything.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So there is
one game.
One game over 50, and there is let's see, one. Oh, really? Huh. 1, 2, 3. Man, these games are terrible.
I'm saying. I think Britt decided, looking at the schedule.
There are two games that are under 40.
I think it'll be easier to pick that than
you
over.
can pick whichever. You can pick either ones you want to do first. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'll begin with the Patriots Jets as being under, and I would take the under.
That is correct. It is 36.5.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a low under too. Maybe I wouldn't take the under.
All right. There is one more game that is under 40.
One more game under 40. Is it? Boy, there's so many. It really is. It's hard to. Oh, see, now I did it. I hit a button.
Uh-oh.
Damn it! I hit a button again. Oh hell.
Oh boy.
Everything's gone now.
Technical foul.
I hope you're happy.
Technical
foul.
What
I wanted. All right, give me a second. I'm sorry.
Okay, no.
I don't know what
problem.
happened. I hit a button and everything disappeared.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit. All right, so the last game you said was the Patriots at Jets.
Yes, I'm pretty confident that would be what it was. My next under guess.
Yep.
I'm just double checking the other games. I have the one that I think it is, but I just want to see all of it.
Yep.
Okay, my other under guess I would say would be the Texans and the Jags.
Texans and the Jags. No, those is a 44. Okay, that's strike one.
All right, come on. I'm searching. No whammies. I'm searching.
Good show. Fixed. But
all
good
right.
Show.
My next guess, Titans at the Browns.
You are correct. That is a 39.5. Very good.
Oh, just got that one in there.
Good. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so those are the unders. And now,
man, I got to tell you,
you get 2 extra strikes for your over, just so you know.
And there's no guarantee I'll hit it because this one's tough. Because what I'm seeing on this schedule is I'm seeing one pretty good team against a bad team, or 2 bad teams, or whatever. All right, I'm gonna go. My first thought was the Bills at the Commanders.
Bills at Commanders. I am sorry, that is incorrect. That is a 44.
Damn it! Okay.
All right, you have 4 more strikes.
Just go to the high-scoring teams.
Yeah.
So this year, the Ravens are a high-scoring team. Let me see. Who are they playing? They're playing the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be it. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Is it the Bears at the Chiefs?
The Chiefs are usually one of my default answers, but that is incorrect this week. It is a 47.5.
I'm telling you, it's a tough one.
It is.
I don't see it this week.
Good thing you have 3 more strikes.
I guess I have to go with the Colts Ravens.
That is incorrect again. I am sorry. That is a 46.
Man.
Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough week. It's only week 3.
Over 50. So we're talking 26-24, 27-23. I tell you, looking at the schedule, I just don't see it. I don't want to Sean this and take forever.
Yeah,
so
it's okay.
I'll throw out the guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Could it be the Thursday night game with the Giants and the 49ers?
That is incorrect, sir. I'm sorry. That is a 44.
Struggling here.
One more strike? Yeah. Tough.
I mean, like if you're listening to this and you're wondering why isn't this guy hitting it? Well, like Broncos Dolphins, I don't see a lot of scoring there. Who did I not pick? Titans Browns, that's not high scoring. Falcons Lions, I don't think that's high scoring. Falcons can't score. They're 2-0, but they can't score.
They
Saints and
cannot.
Packers, those are good defenses. My next guess
Yep.
is two teams that are both in 0-2. They're in a situation where it's the kitchen sink game. You got to throw everything you got, because if you go 0-3, you might as well pack it up and sell your assets. So
Okay.
I'm going to say the Chargers at the Vikings.
You are correct. That is a 54.
I got to take a drink. That was
Go
I worked
ahead.
up a sweat.
Congratulations. So yeah, so Vegas thinks that probably maybe because of what Sinch said, the Chargers both have very high-powered passing offenses, running
Very bad defense.
very bad defenses, running not so much, especially with Eckler hurt, and the Vikings losing their faith ever so slowly in Matson after 2 weeks.
So let me ask you,
Yeah.
what's the game of the week? Like, I can't even come up with a game that I'm most interested in.
The game of the week, huh?
Like, take your team out of it. Your team's on Monday night, so your team is out of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, the 2-0 teams, the Eagles at the Bucks. I don't want to see that. The Eagles are going to, if the Eagles don't kill the Bucks, that's when we worry about the Eagles. If that's a 24-23 Eagles win, Philadelphia is going to lose their mind. And they would be 3-0 and they would be losing their mind.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Buffalo and the Commanders, because I almost said their old name.
I'm not knocking your pick. I'm just saying, but
yeah, maybe Denver and Miami. That game's a 48. So
let me tell you something. Russell Wilson, I hope he's not buying green bananas, because he ain't going to be around long.
He's having a better year than last year. I will say that.
Mark my words, by week 6, he's not the starter.
Wow.
So real quick, we should mention Cam Akers was traded to the Vikings.
Yep.
So how much does this affect Alexander Madison?
I think they're going to try to go back to what they were doing with him and Dalvin Cook and splitting time.
Yeah, but it was like a 65-35 split with Cook getting more of the touches.
Yeah, they're probably going to do 50-50 for now, or 60-40. I mean, then we'll see if Cam Akers actually lasts on another team, and if it's really like team's problem or it's a him problem.
That's one of those unanswerable questions. I'd love to know what's the problem there. I always revert back to it's the player. There's something with the player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I
don't think we'll know.
Yeah.
All right, one other player news.
Yep.
So Kareem Hunt has re-signed with the Browns. Does Kareem Hunt have any fantasy value? Probably not for this week, but how much does this hurt Ford, who was everyone's big fab pickup for this past week? Is it going to be 80-20 the way it kind of was with Chubb and Hunt?
Maybe. I think it's Ford's job to lose. That's how I see it. Plus, I don't know who their other running back is. So if Ford were to get hurt, I don't know who's behind him. So that's another problem.
If Ford got hurt, I think it's Kareem Hunt.
No, I'm saying if they didn't sign Kareem Hunt, like I don't know who else was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have can't remember his first name. Guy they got from the Patriots, Strong. They traded somebody for this guy, Strong Jr.
Oh yeah. Yep. I remember him.
Whatever happened to? Do you remember the guy that was the running back for Cleveland? If it wasn't last year, it was the year before.
Peyton Hillis.
And no, not him. That was way too many years ago. This guy, I can't. His last name was something like Johnson or something. He was a skinny, fast running back, and he had 1 week where it was like 10 for 130 yards, and then Chubb and Hunt were back the next week, and he's not on Cleveland anymore.
Oh no! Hold on. No. Please stand by. Difficulties.
Okay, so while you're doing that,
Wow, we're back. Wow, what the hell was that?
You all right? Would you get hit by
Okay,
lightning?
yeah, we're here. We're here. No, we'll keep it live. Keep it live. I had an output error message, so yeah, that's fun.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so another topic
yeah.
I'll hit on because I don't want to spend time looking up this guy that is probably out of the league and only had a game or two. But my only point was the Cleveland running game, that system, they have a very good offensive line. I could see this guy Ford being really good. I could see Kareem Hunt showing up. And assuming he's in somewhat good shape, I could see him being someone who would be a low end number 2 running back kind of option if you want to pick him up for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I tried picking up Ford in every league I'm in, and I got outbid in every league. He went for like 68 out of 100 in our home league. So
no, he went for 61.
61, okay.
The source picked him up because he had Nick Chubb, or he was trying to not let Mario get Nick Chubb. But the funny thing is, see, really quick, because we are talking for like 40 minutes. The funny thing is that I had Swift and I dropped him, and I've had Swift several times since he's been a rookie, and I dropped him because I'm kind of over it, and of course he has like a giant week, so everyone wanted him back. And Sean spent $68 out of his fab to get him back, to like get him. So now he has $9. And he also has 6 running backs, and we can only start 3 at the most. So I don't know what he's doing.
He likes running backs.
He does. He has a problem. You know what's not a problem?
Tell me.
Is when so before we get into the metric, which Britt was able to do today for us. Really quick, we have more of the source bets, which we call the source speaks. I have to find a theme song for that, but I'll find one. So the source sends us some picks that you could do into a parlay, or you can bet them, kind of just bet them, individually. So this is what he has going on this week. He likes the following. They're all money line bets for the most part. He likes Dallas over Arizona. He likes New England over the Jets, and he likes Miami over Denver. He does realize they're road teams, but he just thinks that they're, it's not going to matter because of who they're playing. Yeah, and he says if you're not, the parlay is right now, if you bet it, is plus 172, so that's not too bad. You could do a little tease on it with 6 points, but then it goes down to like I think it's like 160 or 130, but still not bad for a three game parlay. Before we get to the metric, do you have any like quick bets you like this week for one?
Well, I'm just looking. Would it be worth it to do like a 3-team tease? There's a lot of really high point spreads. You've got Denver getting 6.5, the Giants getting 10.5. You do a 3-team tease that usually gives you 9 extra points. So the Giants getting 19.5, the Broncos getting 15.5, something like that. Any that jump out at you that you would consider? Maybe the Colts getting 16.5 against the Ravens, the Texans getting 18.5 against the Jags.
I mean, plus 18.5 against the Jags. I mean, I'd probably take that.
How about the Bears?
I think the Jags are going to win.
The Bears getting 21.5 against the Chiefs.
The Bears are in such disarray right now. I don't know if I would take that.
I don't think they could score 21.5.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, are you still there? Hello. Uh-oh. More audio troubles. Hooray. This is a stupendous week, folks. Hey, there you are. You're back.
I was talking the whole time.
Wow.
I said I have no lock of the week as of yet.
Okay.
We've got to find a way for the general public to speak to me on Sunday morning, because it's not until about 11:30, 12 o'clock that I know what I'm doing when it comes to gambling.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Don't follow what I do, because I make parlays and lose by very small margins, and I get mad. Very mad. Anyway, I think it's time for the metric before before all our audio stuff explodes. It's weird. I don't know. It's like electricity in the air. I don't know what's going on.
Let's make a lineup.
Let's make a lineup. So what we're going to do is Britt was nice enough, like I said, to do the metric for us because he was he's not here this week because he was off at the Big E enjoying Big E foods and such.
Sounds like a mistake. I went to the Big E.
It does, actually.
I'm so sorry.
So this week, let's start with quarterbacks like we normally do. So this week, the metric was like, last week was all right. But let me see if I can find something better for you. Now remember, we're looking at people who we think are bargains that will get you at least 3x, X return for what their salary is. So this week, the metric says, hey, this Desmond Ridder kid playing Detroit, he's only $5,000, but he might get 18.4 points, which would put him at 3.6.
And I say no. Bad metric.
I don't like that either.
Bad metric.
I said,
Ridder doesn't throw the ball.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what else you got? It's all right. This other kid, CJ Stroud on Houston, is playing Jacksonville, whose defense is actually still kind of good. It's like, no. Third on the list is everyone's favorite quarterback. It's everyone's favorite quarterback. It's Kirk. Do you like that, Cousins? He is third on the list for value. But the problem is he's $6,900, so that is a little pricey.
Yeah, but you know what? He's home and he's playing the Chargers, and the Chargers they
defense is not
refuse
super.
to play defense.
They kind of do.
Talk about a coach who can't wait to get fired.
So this week, I think I might consider Kirk Cousins if I can see what I can do with my with the rest of my lineup. Geno Smith actually is a tad bit cheaper. He is $5,700, and I think he might be my go-to playing Carolina because Geno Smith's career is in good stride right now. So I think he has a good shot of coming through. Anyone you like this week?
I like Lamar Jackson. He's home against the Colts. He's $7,700 on DraftKings. I'll spend up for him. I feel like nothing is guaranteed except for his points this week against the Colts.
Cool. All right. Okay, so let's move on to a running back. So running back, clearly there's a lot more choices this week. Now, mind you, this list was made before Kareem Hunt found a new job, his new old job back, I guess. So the metric has Jerome Ford this week at almost 3x. He's at 0.27. So he's the highest the running back the metric has right now. Also, he's still really cheap. He's $4,800. Playing Tennessee, their defense is somewhere in the middle, so maybe.
That's pretty good.
Next on the list is Javonte Williams. He's $5,500 and at 0.26x. So again, not bad. Miami's defense is somewhere in the middle. It's not great, not terrible. It's not, the Chargers defense. Third on the list is everyone's favorite, who I just said before is injured, is Isaiah Pacheco playing Chicago at also $5,400. And I don't know. I still don't know, really. I mean, out of those three, I think I like Javonte Williams. After Pacheco is Joshua Kelly, who honestly I was expecting a lot more of since Eckler got hurt, and it's not really happening.
Yeah, I don't like Kelly.
Next, and then after that, and just to say the names, we got Breece Hall, who's injured, Tony Pollard, who Sean stole from me, but he's $8,000, and then Miles Sanders, who's $5,700. So anyone that you like?
The guy I like at running back, I'm going to save a little because I spent up a little. I like Tank Bigsby with Jacksonville. They're playing Houston at Jacksonville. He's only $4,700. So that's my sleeper running back.
Extra savings. Nice.
I also like Alexander Madison because he's got Akers just got traded there. I don't think Akers can do too much this week. they're going against the Chargers defense that isn't good, and this is the last here you're our guy week that he's going to have.
Yeah, prove us wrong kind of thing.
Yeah, if he sucks this week, it's going to be a 60-40, 50-50 split. So I could see that added motivation.
Yep. No, I totally agree with that. I think that's a great place to save money. But you're not worried about Etienne stealing carries from Tank?
You know, you got to go somewhere. I'm saving money, and I'm using a guy who has I think he's got 2 touchdowns. He definitely has 1. You know, I'm saving on him.
Nice. Okay, on to receivers. So this week, again, just like the running backs with receivers, no one's really at 3x. They're like kind of like the edge of 3x. So the first person on the list is Josh Reynolds in Detroit because Mr. St. Brown hurt his toe, and he has turf toe, and as you all know, that can really affect a receiver. So he might be the number 1 in Detroit for a bit.
That's my guy there.
And right now he is $4,200. So not bad. Next on the list is an old favorite of everyone's, is Adam Thielen in Carolina. He's slated for about 10.1 points, and he's only $3,900 right now because everyone kind of forgot about him once he left Minnesota and got injured. And then some other next people down on the list, we actually have Tank Dell. Who the hell's Tank Dell? Actually, no, I'm not kidding.
He's a little tiny guy.
He's in Houston. He's also, if you're looking to save money, he's only $3,600. Not bad. And then the next one down, because we go by, the at least 3x, is Justin Jefferson playing the Chargers. But the problem is he is $9,300 and he is super expensive. So you could clearly pay up for Justin, but then you're going to have to really find savings in a lot of other places. And the next couple people down are Josh Downs, Zay Flowers, DK Metcalf, and my personal favorite this season is Jordan Addison, who, again, is playing the Chargers, but he's only $5,500, not $9,300. So what do you think?
Couple of guys I like. I like Addison a lot. He's $5,500. He's playing the Chargers defense. Again, I keep going back to the Chargers defense. I like Addison. If you want to use Justin Jefferson, I got the guy. Okay. I got a guy. Craig, high five me. All right. Done. I got a guy. So Josh Reynolds. Josh, is that his first name? Reynolds?
Josh Reynolds, yes. In Detroit, playing Atlanta.
He's listed as questionable because he has a groin injury. And you've got Amon-Ra St. Brown is questionable with turf toe. Well, they've got another receiver, Khalif Raymond. He's only $3,400. If these other 2 guys are injured and the Lions stick to this pass-happy offense, Raymond is a guy you could use. They're playing at home against Atlanta. Atlanta's defense looks good, but they haven't played a good team yet. So I could see Raymond being a guy who, at $3,400, he could give you 3x value. So that's my sleeper running back. I also like Nico Collins with Houston playing against Jacksonville. He's $5,300. He's another guy you could use. So there you go.
Not bad. There you go. Perfect. On to tight end, where it's everyone's favorite position in DFS. I mean, people just spend, like $6,000-$7,000 on a tight end and call it a day. But not here. Not here. Well, so for tight ends this week, once again,
speak for yourself.
No one is at 3x. Again, on the edge, but not there. The first person on the list is Durham Smythe. Smythe. I'm not sure.
Who the hell are you talking about?
He's a tight end in Miami.
Okay.
He's only $2,900. So you have him slated for 7.9 points. Playing Denver. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't love that, but Waddle is hurt. So if Waddle is out, maybe he gets a few more targets. I don't know.
True. Next down on the list is Zach Ertz in Arizona. But he's playing Dallas, but he's 53. Yeah, he's $3,500.
He has the
But I
most
don't.
targets of all tight ends in the NFL through 2 weeks.
Yes, because Dobbs is scared for his life.
Well, he's scared, and he goes to his binky Ertz. So I'm not going to use him, but I'm saying that's why.
And then next, third on the list is Kyle Pitts, who I'm not on the Kyle Pitts train anymore. That's just not happening.
Let me get off on a quick Kyle Pitts tangent. So
sure, go ahead.
Kyle Pitts, as long as Arthur Smith is the head coach in Atlanta, is nothing. Don't draft him. Let someone else take him. Right now, Kyle Pitts is the 26th ranked tight end. There's only one guy tied with him who's going to shock you that he's this bad.
Who is it?
George Kittle. Tied with Pitts as the 26th tight end. Yes.
Wow.
So, there are positions when drafting for season long that you could either get Kelsey or you could say they're all the same. I'm done now. You go ahead. I need a drink.
And then a couple people down on the list is, I'm sorry, I'm going to screw up his name. Okonkwo in Tennessee.
Okonkwo.
He's $3,200. Thank you.
I think it's like Chig Okonkwo, something like that.
Yeah. Chigozim.
His friends call him Chig.
And then next down underneath that is Dalton Schultz. Remember when everyone wanted Dalton Schultz when he was in Dallas?
He ain't in Dallas no more.
He is not. He is in Houston. That's where careers go to die, really. He's $3,700 though. That is way too much for me for someone in Houston. And the next couple people down are Noah Fant, Sam Laporta, Jake Ferguson, and Hunter Henry. I mean, it's Hunter. If Hunter Henry wasn't $4,100, I would consider that.
But let me tell you, there's only one tight end in the NFL with over 50 receiving yards and a touchdown in each week 1 and week 2, and that is Hunter Henry, and that is your tight end.
Wow. There you go.
And I'm no homer, you know that. I would not pick anybody on the Patriots for anything.
I know, because you have Mac Jones.
I hate Mac Jones. It's okay. We could say it. We could say it out loud. He's not good enough. Kyle Pitts right now in Atlanta, he's not good enough. He needs to be, where Kyle Pitts needs to go? It's too bad because Atlanta wouldn't trade him there. He would be great on the Lions, a team that wants to pass all the time, but they're not going to trade to each other. But yeah, I'd take him in New England. I'd love to have him on my team.
I wouldn't mind him being a Bengal either, because Irv Smith, I'm still an Irv Smith fan, but I would like him to remember how to catch. That'd be nice. Okay, on to defenses. Really, again, as we say every week, don't spend a lot.
You're gonna need one.
You are gonna need one. Don't spend a lot. Right now, in the metric, the Commanders are the first team on the list, slated for about 6.5, almost 6.5 points, 6.4 points. But they're $2,400. Not bad. The Colts playing Baltimore. Playing Baltimore, $2,400. The Cardinals playing Dallas are $23, and I'll tell you why I think that's interesting. Because the last 2 games, the Cowboys have won because of their defense. Their offense was average. So that's the only reason why that intrigues me. because they're cheap. So that's really all I got on defenses. Do you have anyone that you like?
Well, you're going to need a defense. When picking a defense, you want to pick the least amount of money, but you want to pick a team that you could see the other team having turnovers. That's how I look at it. So I don't see Kansas City turning it over. I don't see Dallas turning it over, or Washington against Buffalo. I don't see Buffalo turning it over. So really the first one that I could get to that I could see maybe using, might have to spend a little money on defense. I think the first one I run into that I would think about using would be the Jets at New England. It's $2,800. At the same time, if you want to use 2,900, you could use the Bills against Washington.
I like that.
If you want to spend a little bit of money, 3,900. I know it's a lot to spend on a defense, but that's Kansas City's defense against the Bears. And the Bears they can't wait to turn the ball over. So
that's true. The Bears, it's just the Bears.
I save defense.
I have no other comment. Yeah, me too. If money wasn't like an object, I probably would take the Jaguars defense playing Houston, but they're $3,800, so that's a lot.
But you know what? Houston, C.J. Stroud hasn't had an interception yet, so I'm not saying Houston is good, but I hear you. I've been impressed by Stroud.
Oh, that's good. You have him in Dynasty, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh,
he just looks like a guy. After 2 games, he looks like a guy that belongs there. He doesn't look like one of these rookie quarterbacks that is like, I don't know what. Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
And speaking of blowing the whistle, we are sadly out of time. We've been talking for pretty much an hour.
Oh.
Wow, goes by quick.
And it's been a 65-35 split, me to Craig.
It has been.
I'm sorry. I talk too much.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Any final thoughts?
I do have a final thought. For those of you out there in the world playing fantasy football in a season-long league,
spend all your fab on a running back right now.
You're looking at Mike Evans and saying, man, he's the guy. He's the guy. I'm telling you, sell quick. Get whatever you can get, because your only hope with Mike Evans is that he gets traded. It's possible. It might even be likely, but Baker Mayfield ain't going to last long. And he's playing like a guy who knows that he's not going to last long and every week matters. So if Baker doesn't get hurt, he's going to turn back into a pumpkin. And before you know it, it'll be Halloween. So I'm telling you right now, if you got Mike Evans, send him somewhere for something. Get rid of him as soon as you can.
Yep. No, I agree. I totally agree with that. That was my only regret of dropping Swift before he had his big week, because I could have traded him for something. But it's all right. It's all good. Because I don't trust Eagles running backs. So there's that. My final thought too. Now is the time to panic for all your fantasy teams. No, really, it's not. It's not. But if you do have someone like Mike Evans, hey, maybe send out some trades, or say someone's available on your team that have people send you offers, and comparison shop that's a good way to look at it. Also, if you since people are getting hurt, if you only have one quarterback like I had, because I had Burrow, make sure you pick someone up, just in case, for insurance purposes.
That's my alias, by the way.
Insurance purposes?
No, just in case. My alias.
Oh, I like that.
If anyone's looking for me at a random hotel, just say, I need the room for just in case. And if I'm in that hotel, you'll find me.
That is, you know what? I love that. That's awesome. You know what else is awesome? If you listen to this podcast and you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Really quick, the news went out that Elon is going to start charging a subscription fee for Twitter. So once that becomes official, we will not be on Twitter, because we are not paying that or him to use Twitter.
Yeah, screw you billionaire dick.
What Sinch said. I couldn't. That sums that up. But yeah, we are still on several podcast apps. That's the right word to use, I believe. Yeah, apps. But yeah, leaving us a review would be awesome. You can also find us on Facebook. We do check that randomly. Or you can email us as well, whichever you'd like to do. Also, hi Deb, because I can't forget that. And once again, Sinch, thank you very much for joining me.
Puka Nakua to you, sir.
And with that, this has been the Football Fignuts Podcast.